Let's compare Mercedes drivers Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas for this Workday Good Lap, Great Lap around the historic British Grand Prix venue at Silverstone. As they head towards the exit of Club to start their qualifying lap, there are several indications throughout the lap Lewis Hamilton is carrying a little less downforce than his teammate. The first of which is in this first section through Abbey, where despite being flat out on the throttle and taking broadly the same actions in the car, Lewis Hamilton has more speed due to carrying less wing and having less drag. Hamilton will charge in slightly to the first part of the loop, finding himself a bit wider against this outside curb. That'll make his life tricky in the second part of the loop, but he manages to arc the car in, where Bottas missed the second apex ever so slightly. This means that the loss that Hamilton may have suffered through the second part of the loop is negated slightly by this difference in line, and he gets away with carrying the benefit that he previously gained through the second part of the complex. The difficulties with downforce though start to weigh as he heads into Brooklands, with both drivers taking the same line but Hamilton running slightly slower apex speed. In Luffield he charges in again but runs very wide. You can see on the telemetry trace he will have to clear the throttle completely, with the line moving right down towards the bottom of the telemetry trace, meaning his foot has absolutely cleared the throttle pedal through the exit of Luffield before he's applied the throttle again. Normally a driver with less downforce would lose time through Copse, but as you can see from the throttle trace, they're both absolutely flat. It's essentially a straight through turn 9 and a straight through the first part of Maggots for Lewis Hamilton, who will gain time due to having a reduced amount of drag. He would tend to lose normally in Beckett, but negates this loss by placing the car very accurately and very specifically, getting himself in position earlier than Valtteri Bottas, and putting the car four square in a lovely position to point the car in through the middle of Beckett, where you can see Valtteri Bottas is still struggling to put the car in the right position, getting slightly late on line, and costing himself apex speed he would otherwise have gained. It's still a time gain for Bottas, but it should be a greater time gain given the differential in setup between the two cars, which is demonstrated by more straight line speed again for Hamilton on their way down to Stowe. He'll lose out with a bit more understeer in the mid corner of Stowe, and he'll also lose out through Vale and Club. Bottas opening the throttle completely to open up the differential at the rear of the long wheelbase Mercedes again and allow the front end to stop powerboating across the track, putting himself in a better position to then put the throttle on through the exit of Club and take speed across the start-finish straight. It'll be Hamilton though who ends up on pole position last year around Silverstone with a great lap of the historic British Grand Prix circuit.